Hey everybody, it's Kyle. I am finally coming to you again from my basement studio. I held up quotation marks while I said studio, but it is. It is. It's been a long time, guys. Sorry about that. I actually did record an episode the day before New Year's Eve, but it was kind of time sensitive, and I never ended up getting it out to you guys. So I kind of ditched that, which is fine. But, here I am now. So let's see. Let me just talk real quick about what's bugging me. Man, I don't even want to talk about masks and the vaccine. But I'm gonna. I mean, it's amazing to me that people are still against this vaccine. I mean, your orange god has even come out and said that the vaccine is good and that he's had it and he's been boosted. So what's your problem? I really don't get it. And I know now some of the followers are like calling this person a sellout and a pussy and stuff like that. It's it's really nuts. All I can tell you guys is if you're of that opinion, then you're fighting on the wrong side of history. Just like the people who stormed the Capitol and did all that, they're on the wrong side of history. It's ridiculous. People are dying because of you. Kids are dying because of you. There are more people in the hospital right now in the United States than there ever has been at one time during this whole pandemic. And 50-some thousand of those people are kids. I've gotten multiple emails from my son's school. I think I've even gotten one from my daughters, if I remember correctly, that they were in a room that was in contact or whatever with someone who tested positive for COVID. Now, they're both vaccinated, so they don't have to quarantine or anything like that. But still, I mean, this is fucking ridiculous, man. Grow up. Put on your big boy pants and go get the shot. Get your kids vaccinated. Wear masks. It's really that easy. It's not that big of a deal. And it's extremely frustrating to see how this is continuing on. And, I mean, now with this Omicron variant, granted, I mean, it's not, I think it's killed like one person in the United States. But it is making people really sick. And part of this illness, part of this sickness, or being infected with this virus is something that you're never going to be able to come back from at times. So depending on the person, they can be sick for the rest of their lives because of this. So you selfish fucks, go get vaccinated, wear a mask, get your kids vaccinated. I have a friend who's divorced, and he and his ex-wife share custody of a son, and she won't have anything to do with her son being vaccinated. She doesn't know what's in it. It was developed too fast. Whatever, man. He got it, and he was pretty sick and everything, and had a chance of missing finals in high school, and would have to make them up later. Prior to this semester, he also had a perfect attendance record, but doesn't any longer. It's quit being selfish. Your son has nothing to do with your political beliefs at all. You're on the wrong side of history. So my friend's been pretty bummed out about it. Well, here's the flip side of that that's somewhat humorous. Now, this ex-wife and her current spouse both have it, or at least she does. I don't know if he does or not, but she's been pretty sick with it, and of course she's not vaccinated, and neither is he. But hey, these are the breaks, man, just like Curtis Blow said. So I don't want anybody to die from it, but I would like those people in particular to get really sick from it and then recover. But I just want them to understand what the fuck it is that they've been basically putting kids in harm's way for, or putting kids. Pardon me on that. Putting kids in harm's way. This disease. I mean, this infection. I want them to understand that what they're possibly subjecting their children to. It's selfish. It's selfish shit, and it's unacceptable. And I got no use for anybody like that myself. So, hey, if I'm losing listeners, not that I have a ton of them, go ahead and get the fuck out. Seriously, you're wrong. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break, and I'm going to come back and talk about some things that I'm into right now. Let me throw it over to Kyle. Hey, Kyle. All right, we're back. Man, I really hope that we're not getting any interference from this microphone being close to other things, and there's a lot of electronics around me, always, but primarily right now as I record this. I hope not, but if it is, I'll try and remove as much of it as I can, and but there's only so much I can do with it. So bear with me. Sorry, guys. I'm not at my usual system recording this. All right, what am I into right now? Well, I can tell you some cool things that happened, especially yesterday. One big thing that happened is Samsung products released One UI 4, which is their skinned version of Android 12. And the cool thing is, obviously it's great on my flip phone, my Flip 3, but it's also amazing what they did for the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. I've talked about this tablet so many times, but there are so many sweet little inclusions specifically for the tablet that it makes me have good feelings moving forward for tablets that are Android. Samsung, I've seen a couple articles that say this too, but they're poised to fight viciously this year with Apple, and it's going to be tough to battle Samsung, because they are coming out with so many new and interesting things when it comes to smartphones and smart devices that it's kind of hard to combat them. So I don't know what you're going to do, Apple, but you better get your heads out of your asses and do something different. Speaking of, this is kind of a little bitch I have about something that's going on too, and that is peer pressure to have an iPhone when messaging or texting. iMessages or iMessage, whatever, the service through Apple. I used iPhones up till the iPhone 6 Plus, and then I just decided that hardware in the future there, or the next version, which would have been the 8 or 8 Plus, whatever, I decided that wasn't worth the money that they were charging for it, and I wasn't about to try and finance it through my own, service provider. So I would have had to buy it outright. I mean, it would have been $1,000. So I switched over to Android. I got a OnePlus 2, I believe, or OnePlus 3. I can't remember. But I loved it. It was great. And then I moved over to Huawei products, which I loved. I had a Mate 10, and then I later had a P20 Pro, which was a great phone. Unfortunately, our former Orange leader decided to wage war against Huawei and ZTE also, another Chinese phone company, which is funny because all smartphones are made there. Probably made right down the street. But my phone stopped working. So I'd seen enough stuff about Samsungs, and I was really interested in the Note series, so I got the Note 10. Not the Note 10 Plus, just the Note 10, but man, what an amazing device that is. And that device really pushed me over and sold me on Samsung. So it was a no-brainer to move to the Flip 3 to go along with my Galaxy Tab S7 Plus and now my Galaxy smartwatch, my Galaxy 4 smartwatch. And I can't imagine ever going back. So when I see articles, and then I also have heard from my daughter and even my son, he doesn't really give a shit when it comes to stuff like this, but my daughter does. She's really I want an iPhone. I want an iPhone. I'm like, why? I mean, the phone that you have is just as good or better than an iPhone. It's just not as expensive. Well, everybody has it, and they make fun of me because my message bubbles are different color. Like, what? Yeah, it's true, people. There's articles out about it. There was one in the Wall Street Journal this week, and it talks all about it and how ridiculous it is. In addition, I saw another article, and I'll put these links in my notes. I saw another article about people that are online dating and meeting each other, and they start texting each other, and how it's looked down upon if you're not texting and you don't have a blue bubble or whatever in iMessage. You have a green bubble, so you're using Android. So, I know that Google has talked with Apple about this and discussed it, but I mean, it literally now is being involved in bullying, and it's just ridiculous. I've said forever there needs to be a uniform service that runs on both, and you don't need to differentiate because you use an iPhone from using an Android. It makes no difference at all, and just because you have an iPhone doesn't mean shit. It's a smartphone. I could tell you there's no way it's as incredible as my Samsung Flip 3. Can you fold your phone in half and put it in your pocket? No, I didn't think so. Not if you have an iPhone. And I don't know when you'll be able to or if you'll be able to. But, the iPads are still really nice and they're great, but I just couldn't see spending that money on that. I mean, when for a couple $100 less, I got something better. And the same thing with my phone. It's like Android is superior now. And, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's not the point of what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is kids are being bullied because they don't have an iPhone, and that's ignorant. That has nothing to do with anything. And the same thing with people that are trying to date people, being looked down upon. My Flip 3 was $1,000. I bet your iPhone wasn't. So, what the hell? It's stupid. Because you own an iPhone does not mean you're richer or better than anybody else. And I am an Apple fan. I love the MacBook Pro I use for my work. I love my own Mac Pro that I have here at home. I love my old iMac DV special edition that I have that still works from 1999. I'm a believer in Apple products. Their computers are... I'm sold on them. I've talked about that on here before. I know I'm still bitch. I'm not talking about what I'm into. Sorry. But I guess what I'm getting at is what I'm into is there is a way for this all to work together, for Android and Apple iOS to work together. And that is RCS, which is a chat system. It's not like SMS or even MMS, which is multimedia. It's a little bit different. It allows you to do other things within texting, so you can see that somebody's getting ready to answer. You can see the dots moving. Let you send higher resolution images and videos and stuff like that back and forth. Kind of like you can do between two iPhones on iMessage, or anybody can do between WhatsApp, on WhatsApp between any device. And that's what I choose to use, WhatsApp. It's a bummer that Facebook owns it, but can't really control that. So, but that's what I use to chat with my homies and my wife and other friends, out there. And my kids even have it on their devices, and that's so that I can send them. Sometimes they'll want full resolution photos that I've taken of them or video, and I can't send that through text. So I'll send it through WhatsApp. WhatsApp works almost the same exact way as iMessage. It actually even saves all your messages if you want it to, and backs it up. So I know there's a way to do it, and I just wish these organizations would figure out a way to do that, especially since people were being bullied because they don't own one device over the other. An Apple iPhone is not a BMW. It's a Chevrolet, just like an Android phone is a Chevrolet. There's no difference. Or let me not say Chevrolet. It's a Kia. It's a Kia sedan, just like an Android phone is a Kia sedan or a Samsung phone, whatever. There's no difference, man. They vary as far as power and stuff like that. And yeah, sure, the cameras and stuff are really nice on iPhones. I'll give them that. But, it's not as nice as the Galaxy Note 10 that I had. Not even close. So it's a dumb argument, and I'm tired of hearing about it. I think it's ridiculous. I just told my daughter, hey, because I write reviews for a Chinese phone manufacturer, and they actually provide me with devices. Sometimes it's half off, sometimes it's totally free. It depends on what it is and what they're trying to get reviews on. And so they'll provide me with these. And so the last 2 phones that I've gotten for my kids, I've gotten at half off. And at half off, they're incredibly cheap. I'm talking sub $100. The phone that I just got for my daughter, she has to pay for the half of it that I have to pay for. But she's only going to spend $65. That's right. The phone is $130 if you buy it new. So it's just the way that phone works and how it's built and everything about it is pretty good. I mean, it's a mid-range Android phone for $130. You can't come close to an iPhone that is still upgradable as far as the operating system and everything for less than $500, really, or $600. So it's just, I just told my daughter to say this. The next time these girls start being bitchy with her and bullying about the fact she doesn't have an iPhone, I would just say, okay, see, I bought my own phone. My dad works with a company that gives it to us based upon a review, and I paid for it. How much did you pay for your iPhone? And watch what they have to say, because they don't know. They have no idea. Their mommies and daddies just give it to them because they don't know any better. And they think that, well, it was my old iPhone, or I'll just make these monthly payments of $37 for the next 2.5 years. Why don't you add that up, see how much it is? It's ridiculous. So, for kids who drop phones, and that's the other thing, most of these iPhones that we're talking about have chipped screens or cracked screens. There's no way I'm paying $600 or more to give my daughter an iPhone when she should probably drop it. So they can't afford to have those screens replaced or fixed. It's nuts. So I just told her to ask him how much it is. Oh, yeah, by the way, my dad got me a free smartwatch from this company, too. Check it out. Yeah, is it as good as the Apple Watch? No, it's not. I mean, my Samsung Galaxy Watch is, but yeah, this watch isn't. But it does what she needs, and she can customize it, and it helps her keep track of steps. It helps her keep track of her pulse, and she can even wear it swimming when she's on swim team again. It's a good device, I got it for free for reviewing it for the company. They asked me to. So I just told her, just ask them how much their parents strapped down in these contracts for these phones, because they don't know, and their parents don't really know either. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. And I get it, man. Android's totally different from iOS. It is, but it's actually more similar to it now than it ever has been. And the other advantage of Android, in my opinion, is you're able to modify it and personalize it more. You can do some of that with iPhone, but not much. You can really do a lot with Android. But again, my wife uses an iPhone. I get it. She's used to it. And I get that. People are used to it. But I wouldn't ever buy something for that reason. And I also wouldn't ever buy an iPhone because it's a status symbol, because it's not. That's bullshit. It's bunk. All right. What am I into right now? Done whining about that. I obviously touched a nerve. All right. I'm into, let's see. I don't know if I talked anything really about the records that I got for Christmas. Maybe I did. I finally, my Radiohead Kid Amnesiac album showed up. Now what that is my wife got me that, but it's they took the two records, or the two albums that Radiohead came out with in 2001. One was called Kid A. The other one's called Amnesiac. They took those two albums and they put them into one. So it's actually a 3-record collection. One of them is Kid A, one of them is Amnesiac, and then there's a third one which has outtakes and live tracks and stuff from both albums. And they charged, they put this out as one big thing. It's expensive. I mean, this record was like $75, but it's also 3 Radiohead albums essentially. So an album is about $25 mostly if you're going to buy a new pressing or new printing. And it's great, man. I mean, it's amazing. It sounds so good. The other one I got, my son helped pick out for me, is Public Enemy's Apocalypse 91, The Enemy Strikes Black. That's probably my favorite Public Enemy album. And it just hit me at the right time. I bought that CD, I think it's Street Side Records in Manhattan, Kansas. Why was I in Manhattan? I'm a Jayhawk. I was there with some friends partying for the weekend. We were heading back to Lawrence and stopped at a street side that was actually going out of business, I believe. And they had buy one, get one half off. I got that Public Enemy album and I got the first 9 Inch Nails. It wasn't an album. I got them on CD at the time. Great record. Love it. So I'm very happy with that. We also, my wife and I went thrifting on New Year's Day, which, if you guys don't know, there's usually sales at thrift stores on New Year's Day, like half off or more. And I found, I think it was 4 records total. I found a Jethro Tull Greatest Hits, or Best of Jethro Tull, which side A, I love. Side B, no thanks. I really only like the hits from Jethro Tull. I got Blood, Sweat, and Tears Greatest Hits, which is great, both sides. I got a Leo Sayer album, which is pretty awesome too. And then I got a collection of Hawaiian music, one of those box sets by like Reader's Digest or Time Life that they used to put out. It's got like 5 records in it. I got all 4 of those records for 4 of those things, and they included the box set as 1 record, even though there's 5 in it. Got all of that for $8. It's a no-brainer, man. So yeah, I've just been enjoying that and listening to those as well. And they were all in pretty pristine condition, so it's pretty great deal there. What else did I find? I did find a wireless AC router, 1750, wireless AC 1750 by Netgear. And it's an earlier model of theirs. It might be one of the first wireless AC routers. It's definitely one of the first wireless AC 1750. And yeah, I mean, I just added that into our network. We didn't get real good Wi-Fi back in our room. And so I kind of put it back in there, and man, I mean, it spreads all the way to when I'm working downstairs here and stuff like that. I get super crazy speeds. So pretty awesome. I got that thing for like $10. It didn't have a power brick or a power cord, but I've got so many of those. I just found one that works on it, and it works great. You can find things like that all the time. I once found an Apple, one of their routers. I'm trying to remember what those are called. I don't remember. Not AirPlay. That's when you send things like Chromecast. I don't remember what they were called, but it's one of their little, pucks, but it's a Wi-Fi router. The cool thing about this is you can change that thing and hook up a USB printer to it, and then you've got wireless printing in your house. So we already had a laser printer, Brother laser printer that we use. We don't print a lot of things, but when we do, we use that Brother laser printer. And yeah, it's wireless now. I can print from my phone wherever I'm at. I can print from any computer in the house. My wife can print. It's awesome. But I got that thing for like $5. Well, they're $70 or $80 on eBay if you try and go buy one. Just a lot of these thrift stores, they don't know what they have sometimes. So, yeah, it's always worth to go take a look, especially for records, for me anyway. The other thing I'm into right now is I want to get back into Gunpla, which are these plastic modeling kits, these snip kits. Basically, you don't really paint. You can to make them a little more fancy, but you don't have to paint. You actually use snippers or nippers to put the different pieces of plastic together. And the way that they're molded and created, the different colors of the plastic can go together to make one thing. So like the red eyes or something, or different colors on the outfits. But Gundam is the robots that I've really kind of fallen in love with this. It started doing these Star Wars ones, which I have, a Mandalorian one, the Boba Fett one. You guys have seen those. I put up I'll put the link to the photo album. I put in a what do you call it? A high speed time lapse deal in there that shows me making the Mandalorian one. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I love those, man. And the Gunpla ones, or the Gundam ones, it's called Gunpla because it's Gundam, short for Gundam, and Plamo, or Plamo, which is plastic models. So Gunpla is what they call it. My wife actually got me a t-shirt too that says that in Japanese on it. That's pretty cool for Christmas. But yeah, I love them. And I've joined a bunch of groups on Facebook and stuff like that. And you can get pretty crazy and pretty deep with this. I mean, there's some of these kits that these people are making and the editions and stuff. They're crazy for Gundam. I've tried to watch some of the anime, and it's all right, but the reason I make these is because it just settles my mind. If my mind's racing and I can feel a bout of depression coming on, I'll just sit down. I'll grab one of these and sit down and start working on it. And it usually gets my mind off whatever it is that I'm depressed about, or whatever it is that's bumming me out. And poking a stick to the big depression. That's why I do them. But I love them, and I do want to make them better than I have been. So there are some things that I'm doing, but I'm not going to get into some of this crazy stuff these people do. But hey, man, it's their hobby and they love it, so that's awesome. Just like records, I get it. They're people were like, why? It's such a hipster thing to do right now. That's not why I do it. I do it because I love music. And it's a cool hobby. I'm not trying to collect them. I'm trying to listen to them because I love music. Oh, let's see. What else? Speaking of music, we did pick up my son's letter jacket yesterday. He is lettered. He's a sophomore, and he has lettered 2 years now in marching band and also in choir. So you can get letters for those now, and he is super proud of his letterman's jacket. So we picked that thing up yesterday, and I'll throw a picture in the photo album for you guys to take a look at if you want to. But man, good job on his half. I hope he continues this love for music, because he definitely does love it. He loves playing it. He loves singing it. He loves listening to it, and yeah, it makes me real proud. While I'm touting my kids, my daughter's doing great. The volleyball club that she's joined, she's learning so much and becoming a better player. It's awesome to watch her grow there as well. What else am I into? What have I been watching? Well, Toast of Tinseltown, which is a new 6-part series with Stephen Toast of London. It's about him coming to Hollywood to be in the new Star Wars motion picture. That's how he says it. But it's great, man. There's a lot of cameos in there from other stars. We've only watched the first 2 episodes. The funny thing about it is he says that he's coming to Hollywood to be in the new Star Wars motion picture, and he actually is playing a character, at least by voice, on Book of Boba Fett. He is the droid, the servant droid that's in Boba Fett's palace. He's like he's a kind of a taller robot, taller droid, but he's kind of painted white and maybe gray or something. I don't know. But That's Matt Berry's voice. That's Stephen Toast. Matt Berry plays Stephen Toast, but that's his voice. So it's kind of funny that in Toasted Tinseltown, he talks about being in the new Star Wars picture, because he kind of is. But so we've been watching that too, Toast of Tinseltown. We've been watching, Book of Boba Fett. We did finish the series Pen 15. I highly recommend that series. It got canceled, so it's done. We watched the last episodes of it, but it was on Hulu. It's about tween and teen girls, what they go through. Now it's set in the 90s, so it's going to look a little old. But the funny thing is, the people who wrote it, they are playing themselves as younger, but they're like 30-some years old now. So it's a really interesting show. I highly recommend it if you get a chance. We actually watched it with my daughter, and the last episode was a little much, and we didn't know it was really coming. But it also is kind of a good lesson. It shows a girl who goes through a sexual act with a guy and regrets it. He kind of pushes her into it and then shits on her and breaks up with her, and she regrets it. But she can get over it because she has her friends. It's good. You really need to watch it. Good messages, I think. Anyway, so there's that, and I can't think of anything. Oh, Cobra Kai season 4. We've been watching that. That's amazing as well. Yeah, that's it, guys. Can't really think of anything else. There is an anime film I want to go see called Belle. It comes out this week, I believe, and I may, if we can get away to go see it, I may take my daughter, since she's an anime fan. We may go see that. I do have the other 3 films by the same director, but this intro, they've posted it on YouTube, the first 3 minutes of the film, and it looks incredible. I'll put a link to that in the notes as well. That's it, guys. That's all I've got. It's a little bit longer episode. Kind of had that rant about green versus blue messaging bubbles. I know. It's ridiculous. I can't even believe I have to say something about it, but I felt like I had to, man. I'm just tired of crap like that. It's like we try and find a reason to separate ourselves from each other, when in essence we're all the same. We're all human beings. We have more in common than we have different from each other. So I think that's always an important thing to remember. That's it, guys. Not much else to really talk about. I want to do more stuff as far as I want to be more regular with the podcast. And I also want to do more stuff as far as shooting stuff on the green screen here, the studio that I've created in the basement. And I'm working on that. I just haven't really been motivated, but I'm trying, guys. So please understand that. Please stick with me. I appreciate you guys listening and watching to the stuff that I create. Keep it up. I promise there's going to be some cool stuff coming. It's a combination of battling depression and not being motivated, and also being very busy. And then you throw in winter, and so there you go, guys. I'm working on it. I will get some more stuff done you'll be able to watch, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Keep on listening. Reach out if you guys have any questions or there's anything you want to talk about. I always want to make sure that you feel more than welcome to reach out to me. dadsnark@gmail.com. You can actually, on the website for Anchor Podcast, you can actually, on our page, you can actually go and click on that and leave a message. But yeah, please do so, man. That would be really cool to interact with you guys a little more. That's it. That's all I got. I will catch you guys next week. I'll have some more stuff to talk about. Hopefully I won't be as pissed about anything as I have been this week. I'm like Stephen Toast, man. I need an anger management scenario. You got to watch that show if you've never seen it. All right, guys. You guys take it easy. I will catch you on the other side, and get off my lawn.